Hey guys, Diano here from D&M Studios, and in today's video I will be showing you a simple thumbnail tutorial, simple text tutorial, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be calling it a simple text tutorial because the background can be whatever you want with this text style. So this is going to be the preview of what it's going to look like. It's not going to be exactly the same because I'm going to completely redo it. So just click on File, New, copy these settings if you want 1920 by 1080 and 300 resolution. Just copy those settings or do 1280 by 720, whatever you like. Do that. And now click OK. Click on New Layer. Find your HD. Find an HD Minecraft shaders if you're doing a Minecraft episode or something like that. Find a good HD background, 1920 by 1080p if you're doing a 1920 by 1080p. Sorry about that. 1920 by 1080p thumbnail if you're doing 1280 by 720. Find a 1280 by 720 background. So just click on File, Place, find it, click Place again, maybe rename it. Just click on the check mark, double click on the name, rename it to whatever you like, because it is good to rename if you're ever doing big projects, but this isn't a big project. Now as you can see, it's going to be white. If you hold Alt and zoom in, which we're going to be using for a little bit in this video, just hold Alt and your middle mouse wheel to scroll up. You can see that it's white right there. We don't want that, so just zoom out of that. Select your marquee tool, which is press M and right click, make sure it's the rectangular, hold shift, just hold up. Okay. Don't hold shift and just select the whole thing, and then go to your hold up, your moving mouse, I'll call it the moving mouse, and make sure your layer selected. Click on the one in between these two and the one in between these two to center it. Control D to deselect, and there you have it. Now we're going to be doing text by pressing T, and now I'll leave the fonts in the description below if you guys want to use the same fonts I use. So now just do like do whatever you want, but just do one first. So we'll do one word first. Now I'm gonna double click on it to highlight it and click on this color, go up to white, make sure it's white. You can Control D to deselect or check, I mean. And then now press Control T to transform it, make it however big you like, but make it big enough so it takes up most of the space, because this is what you're going to be adding. It's just going to be text in the background. So make sure that's there. I'm going to leave it about right there. That looks good. Maybe make it a bit smaller or a bit bigger. There we go. I like that. So now press the check mark, Control J, hold shift, drag down the other text. Oh crap, hold up, delete that. Yes, hold shift, drag down this one, let go of the mouse first, then let go of shift, and hold shift and drag it to the side if you want. You're gonna want a little space in between, okay, like just a little space. So now if you want to edit this text, just press T, press on the text, and then I'm just gonna put simple text. It's gonna be text. Press on the check mark, hold shift on the moving tool. Make sure you're on the moving tool. Make sure it's in the middle. There you go. Now what we're gonna do is click on the simple text, double click, go into gradient overlay, make sure it's like a black and white. If you click on it, click the down drop, click on that one, just make that about 20%. Click on stroke right here. Make the color about dark grayish. Press OK. Put the pixels to about 15. Click 15 to 10, however big, however small it is, that's what you're going to want it to be. Click OK. And now, since that you have that, just hold Alt. Make sure you're hovering over the effects, drag it. It'll show effects on your mouse pointer. Hover over text, just drop that. Let go of Alt. And now here comes the fun part. Adding a new layer, dragging it under the text, both of the text. Pressing I to get the eyedropper tool. Hold Alt and select the gray. Make sure it's that gray. And then going to your brush tool by pressing B, right click, make sure it's your brush tool, and finding your hardest brush and putting that to 60 pixels. Make sure you're also selected on the layer that you just created. Just hold it and just start filling it in between these gaps. And also see this S right here, we don't want that. Just fill in the gaps. And there you go. Just let go. You're finished. Maybe do a bit right here. Okay, there you go. You're finished. Be creative. Think of, just imagine, I don't know. Just be creative. Do whatever you'd like. Like you don't need to do gray. You can do blue. You can do yellow. Something like that. So now just do another text. But this one's going to be smaller. So press T, click, and I'm gonna put tutorial, and now I'm gonna double click on this to highlight it. I'm gonna change it to maybe about an orange. Doesn't have to be the same color now. So click, maybe a darker orange. Yeah, dark orange would be nice. I'm going to click on the check mark here. And now I don't need to transform this because I think it's perfect size. So let's put that in. Like this. And now hold Alt. Just drag that onto there. And then there you go. Maybe lower the stroke a bit down. Like maybe to 10 or something like that. So I'm going to do that. If I go into here. Go into stroke, put that to 10, click OK, and now I'm gonna hold Alt or Shift or something like that, put this a bit, just hold Shift, I'm gonna put this a bit closer. I'm gonna go to my brush tool now, add another layer, drag that under there, under here too, something like that, and then hold Alt. Just start filling it in. It's gonna look cool once you've filled this in. So hold on. There, just fill all this in. Fill this in. There we go, we're done. Now hold Shift, make sure you're selected on the last layer on top of the background. Go all the way up, click on the text, press Control E and merge that. Now you're going to want to just double click on that. Click on Stroke, select the color as white, and I'm going to do 15 pixels. You can do 10 or 20, something like that. Something that looks nice. And now you can just leave that as there. I'm gonna add a new layer, drag that under there, and press G to go to gradient tool. Right click, make sure gradient tool is selected, not paint bucket. Click on that. Find a color you like, but make sure it's foreground to transparent, so click on that. Now find your foreground color that you like. I might do a goldish yellowish, maybe. Yeah, something like that. Now, all I have to do is just hold shift, click up, and drag up, maybe up to half of it. Yeah, that looks about right. And now I'm just gonna double click on this and go to blend mode and click on soft light, and I might to like about 20% and click OK. That looks nice, and as you can see, there's a bit of white markers right there, so to fix that, just create a new layer, drag that under there. Actually, on top, on top. Press the eyedropper tool, hold Alt, go into there, click on that, make sure you're selected. Go back to your brush tool, just start filling that in. It has to be on top of this. So like Control Z, and make your size a bit smaller because you can see this. So like, put that on top again. Control Z, and now drag this on top. It should be fixed. Nope. I'm just gonna delete the layer. Redo that. Just keep that on top. Fill that in. Fill that in. Fill this in. Just make sure you fine tune it because it kind of is noticeable. Like right here, that's noticeable. Trying to look, and no, there isn't anymore. And basically that's how I've made this one, and basically it's kind of the same. See how that text right here, you can change the bottom text if you want, so if you want to do that, just do that. I kept the same text font throughout the whole thing. You can just change your text font, whatever you want. I'll leave the two fonts in the description because this one is different. So if you guys want Fresh Marker and the Comica Axis, which is this nice looking font, you can download it below, thefont.com, I'm pretty sure. So just download it below, link in the description basically. And to save it, just go to File, Save As, click on this, go down to JPEG, make sure it says JPG, JPEG, JPE, something like that. Click on Save, and now if you can, click on Maximum, which is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do 12. I'm gonna click OK. If it's a megabyte, put down the quality because YouTube won't take something that's a megabyte and more, I'm pretty sure. So now just click OK. Should save to your desktop, and then you can exit Photoshop. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to leave a like on this video, share it, subscribe, and bye.